Welcome once again to Visual Vapor Reviews. I'm your host, Michael Cobb, and this is the channel where we review flavors, mods, tanks, accessories, and more from SS Vape. Ooh, there's a mistake. Never made that one before. Left my mod off. There we go. Now, last time we took a look at the Wicked Harvest by King of the Clouds. Today we'll be taking a look at one of the many accessories that you can pick up on SS Vape, and that would be the flavor syringe. Now, I already got one of these open, but let's take a look. So I've got 3 of these. I picked one out. I picked a couple out because I had a few dollars extra on my creds and I wanted to buy some stuff. But these little beauties right here are for DIY juices or mixing flavors. So basically they work like any other syringe. They pick up the flavor, you can pick up half a milliliter. These come in 1 whole milliliter syringes, so you can pick up 1 whole milliliter of liquid with it. And it's very good for mixing your liquids. So what I did was I took half a milliliter of the House Liquid Sunshine, which I did on a previous review, and then half a milliliter of the Bermuda. But we're not going to be doing that with my Baby Beast tank or my IQ 9200. My gracious and loving fiance has let me use her mod to do this review to show you how it works. So, let's get a sip of coffee and we'll move right along. Alright, so this is a full 1 milliliter syringe filled with the 2 liquids aforementioned in the beginning of this video. It's fully filled with the Bermuda and the Liquid Sunshine, half and half. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the Conquest Victory Conquest mod, 60 watt box mod, and from the TF tank, which has her Naked 100 in it, and I'm going to mix the flavor with a whole milliliter. So I've taken a little bit of juice. I've taken a good bit of juice out of here, so that I can show you how this works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off, and then remove the top fill device, and you guys can see from there that it has very little liquid. I'm going to take this syringe, put it on the side where the air flows are, and I'm going to fill up very slowly so it doesn't get in the middle, 1 whole milliliter of this liquid. And as you can see, the liquid is going right in there. There we go. A full tank. Instant 1 milliliter fill from this beautiful little syringe. You got all your measurements on the side. You got all your increments all the way up from 1 to half a milliliter, and it goes up in 0.1 increments. Let's see if I can. That was upside down. There you go. Let's pull this down so you guys can see better. Easy glide system. So you've got 1, then. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way to 1 whole milliliter of liquid. So that's filled up to the brim on the TF tank. You guys can see that. I hope you guys can see that pretty well. So let's take the top off this. Take the top to this and put it back on and see how well and what the flavor tastes like. Like I said, this was really good for mixing flavors, so you can get a better mix. Like for DIY juices, if you're making your own flavor or you want to just mix flavors that are already there in general. They call those kitchen sink juices. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep this at 45 watts, so it's not bothering Ariana's flavor range, and we'll see how well it vapes at that mixed range. I'm gonna take a few primer puffs to get the flavor going. Okay, we're ready for the flavor. So what I did was I mixed technically 3 flavors. I left the Naked 100 in there. I mixed it. I took the milliliter, half a milliliter of each of these 2 flavors, which was the House Liquid Sunshine and the 13th Floor Bermuda from 13th Floor, and this is a 60-40 PG ratio, and then this one is a 50-50 blend. So let's see what she does in a second. I'm going to use my i200 for my quick hit. Alright, so as you saw, I was vaping on the Kings of the Clouds from before. So yeah, this little syringe is very helpful. It works very well. I love how well it picks up liquid, and it always makes sure that there isn't anything left behind because of that syringe, that top piece. That little node in there has a piece that goes all the way to the top, so it makes sure you get all that liquid out of there. It's a really good little device. I'd recommend picking it up, and especially if you have a few different flavor preferences, I'd recommend picking it up from SS Vape immediately, especially if you like that mixed flavor. You can mix it in your tank by just adding multiple flavors, and 2 different flavors until you half and half. But if you come across a problem like mine where you have a broken glass and you haven't been able to replace it lately, then these flavor syringes are a good way to tell how much liquid you're putting in your tank. For example, my tank, the Baby Beast by Smoke, holds a 2.5 milliliter capacity. That's 2.5 of those syringes. So that way you know how much liquid you're putting in there and how much you want to mix. So say you have a half a tank. That's about 1.25 milliliters. So that 1.25 is half of 2.5. So if you use 1.5 milliliters of, say, my Millionaire series of the raspberry, which I mixed a little bit earlier with the last of my key lime sherbet, and you mix it with the King of the Clouds Harvest, you take another 1.25 milliliters, and you'd use these syringes to do it. So rather than mixing it, you'd take two different syringes. You'd take 1.2, so you'd go 1 milliliter, and then you'd put it into the tank, and then you'd go 0.25, and that would be what it looks like of liquid. So you'd basically be filling it 2 times per syringe. So basically 1.25 plus 1.25 gives you 2.5. So at the end of it all, you've got a perfect equalization of the liquids that you want, and you have everything you need. So now that the flavor's kind of wicked up, let's see how well the flavor mixture from that syringe goes. Oh yeah, that's what you want. You got the grape and the melon mixed with the wonderful citrus and strawberry. You got it made easily. So that flavor is amazing. And on the next video review, we're going to be taking a look at the Aspire Mini Nova, which is way different from the Aspire Mini I did a long time ago. It's a stainless steel tank, mini low wattage mod with a bottom air fill. So if you have any mods that have that don't have bottom airflow like this one, the ones with the etches into the threading, then that tank won't work on your mod. So you need, but the Victory Conquest is what you need if you want to use that at a lower wattage. So until next time, I'm your host Michael Cobb, and this is the Visual Vapor Reviews for SS Vape. Checking out the beautiful flavor syringe that came in the mail today. So go to Visual Vapor Reviews and like and subscribe, comment. I'll be doing a giveaway on one of those syringes, so you can pick one up yourself, or you can talk to me and I'll send it to you, and comment with your name and address, and then I'll put it through a randomizer, and at the end of the week I'll pick a giveaway. So yeah, SS Vape sells amazing products, conquering the icky sticks one victory at a time. Start your journey today and pick up the flavor syringe. See you next time, guys, on Visual Vapor Reviews.